Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Corinne and I'm a yoga teacher and I'm an embodied yoga teacher, so I practice becoming the yogi and I teach others to do the same, and that way we can reach our highest timeline, which I call the golden timeline, the place where we're all remembering where we belong. And so this is a journey of self-discovery. This is a journey of healing, of readjusting, remembering who we truly are. And it is not linear. It is not a step-by-step every single moment we just know what's happening. It's a lot of building our own trust, building our own beliefs, building roots into a strong foundation so that we can hold all the things that are going to come in for us, because there's a lot coming in for us, I can tell you that right now. But first we're going to just clear a bit of the energy. So we're back here in the Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada, and it is smoky outside again. We have a lot of forest fires around, so I'm just going to light a little bit of sage here just to clear the energies. And I know there's a lot of anxiety out there right now. I think a lot of people are feeling a lot of stress, a lot of chaos is happening, but just know that we are divinely protected. And so it's about clearing the illusions. It's about creating safety in our own body and our own nervous system so that we can feel strong, protected, courageous during these times so that we can be the light for others. So just take a few deep breath ins. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Another deep breath in. Just feel that energy clearing. Just take a little rattle here. Beautiful rattle was made by my dear friend Sonia, who she made this with all just things that she found around. So I just really honor this rattle, honor the energies. All right, let's see what the cards are going to tell us today. I feel August 6th today, 2 more days until the 8/8 portal. So it's like the waves are coming in. It's like there's this building of energies, but it's also not clear. It's not like this easy. I think there's like that smoke illusion. There's a lot of like this like smoke and mirrors right now for myself even. I'm like trying to tap in. I feel so many moments of like expansion and growth and downloads, and then I have moments of that come in with that lower vibrational undercurrent. So it's about just being kind to yourself and being super grounded and using the tools of discernment, using the tools of coming back home to yourself when we're feeling out of alignment. I know for myself, there's been a lot of like anger coming through, frustration, feelings maybe of hopelessness, of loss. But the cards are telling me different. And in the sense that this is true, because I do feel that it's like when we're cleaning our house, right? We see the mess, we don't feel like doing it, we may actually even be avoiding it for a long time. But when you start chipping away at that mess and you start reorganizing and you start taking out the clutter and you start visualizing what it actually should look like, there's clarity within that. And that's what's happening. And we're not meant to do this alone, right? We're meant to do this with others, community. And so almost part of me is, I know this to my core, that all these fires, all these natural disasters, all these systems that are falling apart, it's because it's meant to wake people up. So we've got the 3 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. So 2 Pentacles and a Cup. And it's really interesting that this is literally how it came out. So we've got the 3 of Cups in the middle here. This is the community. This is doing things, and it's also doing them visibly, like you're in front of others, you're doing the work, you're showing others that you can do it and that it's okay to be this way. And then the Page of Cups is staying in your joy, staying in that place of like, I am the most important, so I'm going to pour into myself. And if others around you are not on the same page, if others are not feeling that, then you do it for yourself. You show up for yourself the way that maybe your community isn't showing up for you. Because once you activate yourself, once you come into your highest desires, then the rest of the community either has no choice but to reinvent themselves to match you or to falter off. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles under here, which is like my favorite card because it is literally building and creating a legacy. It is tending to the garden. And so right now it's really important to check your mindset, check to see how are your thoughts, because it's often, well, it's not often, but it's so easy to falter into the collective's thoughts. Like the collective might be in their chaos, in their stress, in their financial insecurities, in their lack mentality. And so it's up to you to realize, no, I've done a lot of work. I actually have planted my garden and I actually have been tending to it and watering it every day. And so if you are in that position, then why would we be struggling, right? So bring that forward, bring that into your reality, because that is the work. The work is not doing it when it's easy, it's doing it when it's uncomfortable. And that is the courage. That is the courage energy, which transmutes and alchemizes and turns everything into gold, right? It's not by sitting in our lack and saying, well, there's nothing I can do. I don't have any money, I don't have any resources, I don't have any support, I don't have anybody who knows this kind of energy. Well, guess what? You have yourself, right? And that's where it starts. It starts with you. And if you can hold that within yourself and let that rise up in your energies, and then that will pour over into others. That's how this game works. I can feel my throat in that smoke kind of thing. So taking care of your body is really important, staying hydrated. Mullein, I was just looking outside, I have mullein plants, which is these big green leaves that are like fuzzy and soft, and making tea or like steaming them in water and then putting like a towel over and breathing that in will start to help heal the abrasions that the smoke and that harsh, intense air will create. So that's just came in, mullein leaves. King of Swords in reverse, and I've seen this regularly a lot lately, is the actions that we take are not meant to be big giant actions right now, right? The actions that we're meaning to take are meant to be in alignment. So a lot of the work is not to be in the physical right now. A lot of the work is the internal, right? So it's not the masculine energy of going out and proving your worth and proving that you're a certain way or proving that you can make money. That's not what this is about right now. So it's not about getting a third job. It's not about hustling anymore, right? It's about slowing down. So let's see if we can get some clarity cards coming up. There we go. There we go. High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups in reverse, and the Hierophant. So these cards here, we've got the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. Those together is that feminine energy that I'm just talking about. So when we have the King of Cups in reverse, it's not that we shouldn't be taking any action, but we shouldn't be taking action in a forceful way like the masculine has done in the past, right? The masculine's like, well, I'll take another job. I'll burn the midnight oil. I'll do all the extra work. And it's like, no. That's not what we're doing right now. We're going to stay in our joy. We're going to cultivate that energy of trust. Right? That's the High Priestess. She trusts. Look, she's just hanging out. She's like, I know I'm the cosmos. I know I'm the moon. I know I'm the stars. I know that I am protected because I am everything, right? And I can't falter myself if I am everything. And then the Queen of Cups is showing the universe that you are those things. So we trust, we believe, we act as if we know that we're millionaires. We know we have the bounty. We know that we can support because we are supported. So that's very much the strong feminine energies that's rising right now. And what's letting go? We're letting go of the old limiting beliefs, the Hierophant. We're letting go of the old ways, the old systems, the structures that we thought was safety, but in reality it was harming ourselves. Because when we're not true to ourselves, we're not in true alignment, we don't feel safe in that container. And so it's about re-examining your foundation. Where are the cracks? Where have you not tended to your foundation? Where have you shoved things down instead of opening them to take a look at that foundation, right? It's like if you built a house in 1999, well, we're upgrading the house now. We're putting in new copper pipes. We're upgrading the foundation not to be out of this dirt. We're putting in crystals. We're putting in marble, right? That foundation is being upgraded into this new earth energy. And so It's not a punishment if you have to look at your foundation. It's not out of, oh, you haven't done anything. It's just, it's for you to be able to support what's coming in. And look, we've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. So the old you thinking that you had all the things around you, really it wasn't a match anymore, right? So you started walking away from them, and we're letting go of that. We're letting go of even being attached to anything, right? Because in this world, they say like it's easier to, you know, put a camel through the eye of the needle than it is a human, or whatever that saying is. That might not be it. But the idea is, it is very difficult doing what we're doing right now, right? The programs are so strong in us that we have been told to, you know, strive for the perfect house. We're told to strive for the picket white fence, the perfect marriage. Well, those things don't exist unless we ourselves are in our alignment, right? Because then we'll always feel a lack because it's not a match. We'll always feel like we're the round peg in the square hole. The round peg in the square hole, the square peg in a round hole. I don't even know. This isn't making sense to me today. Oh la la, words have been always like a fun thing for me. I've always enjoyed words, but sometimes they come out of my mouth and they just, yeah. So telepathy is coming in too. 1111 just came in. Telepathy, you know, like where we are reading each other's minds, that's coming in. And so that's why we're clearing our thoughts right now, so that when people do read our minds, they're not horrified. I'm just kidding. Page of Wands. Page of Wands, it's like, yes, we're cultivating something new and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be the thing, right? The thing is coming in for us. All your manifestations are coming in for us. It's that last little bit of patience, right? That last little bit of like, it's almost like we're putting the oil on the wood now, right? The carving's been done. The work has been done. And now we're just polishing off that shiny new manifestation that's coming in. Let's pull out one more card, see what's coming in there. There, I knew it was one, of course. And what happens when we go from the Page of Wands? We go to the King of Wands, right? So look, you're going from being the creator, creating, being your thoughts, tending to the garden, wondering when things are gonna happen, right? We've been tending to that garden. We've been forced, oh, you know what we've been doing? We've been cleaning house. We've been making sure everything is good so that when the stuff does come in, when the King of Wands does come in, you do get to have the treasures, you get to have the travel, you get to be worldly, you get, look at that. He's got the lion, Leo, the Leo energy of August, right? And so these energies right now is what you're upgrading. You're going from doing this work to just being, right? The king doesn't question what he is. He knows he's the king. And so we're upgrading from the laborer or the old way of doing things with the axe in your hand to just being in the throne and accepting, because you're becoming the magnet. We're literally polishing our diamond that we've been creating. We've been coming from coal and we've been pressurized for the last 3, 4, 5 years, however long you've been doing this really hard, intense pressure. And now it's like we're shining those last little bits of the diamond that is within us, right? So that we can shine our solar plexus, we can be the bright light in this dark, crazy, chaotic world. That's an illusion. It's an illusion. None of it's real, right? We feel that it's real, but none of it's real. Let's just see what's on the bottom of the deck. 5 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so we're just moving out of chaos. We're moving out of doing things just because we think we need to do them. And now we're going to be still. And we've got 2 more days until the 8/8 portal. So being extremely still, going into meditation, seeing what's in the field around you and allowing that to drop in, because I promise you, the answers are in the stillness between your inhale and your exhale. So if you go into meditation and you're having a hard time getting into that space of relaxing into the body, just focus on the breath over and over again, like the waves on the beach, just really calming the nervous system. And then you're gonna notice in that stillness, in that pause, clarity starts coming in. Information starts dropping in. And those are messages for you. And you're gonna write those down and you're gonna journal them. And you're gonna start seeing what you write and you're gonna be like, oh, here are the answers right here. And then you're gonna take those and you're gonna cherish them. And then you're gonna burn them because it's done. That's it. That's all there is to do. There's nothing else to do. Because the problem is we often try to peek and we try to look and we try to see what's coming in, and we don't, and that's just showing the universe that you're not trusting. But no, it's done. Christmas is here. Christmas is here. Don't worry, it's coming. Has there ever been not a Christmas? Yeah? Okay, so it's coming for you this year. And it's going to be amazing. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.